The first video that appeared on this channel is a video in which I talk about autotune and how it changed the music industry. What I didn't talk about though is how to use it, and this is what we're going to explore today. I'm going to show you how to use pitch correction. Let's begin. Before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because it really helps us. Thank you very much for the feedback that we have received in the past few weeks. Much appreciated. Also, don't forget to check our other videos in which we talk about different topics such as EQing or maybe free plugins, even theoretical stuff such as what's the sound at its core. We have them in separated and dedicated playlists, and you can find them on our channel. And now let's head to our project. So at the beginning you heard me saying pitch correction. Well, that's the process behind autotune. That's what autotune does basically. It happens that autotune is the most popular one, but in the past decades more companies came with their own plugins capable of doing that. We have plugins that are doing this automatically, such as this Autotune EFX Plus, and plugins that are doing it manually, such as this Wavestune. That being said, I'm going to divide this video into 3 parts: automatic, manual, and automatic plus manual. For this project I'm going to use 2 vocal samples and the plugins that I've showed you earlier. The voices are not mixed, but that's fine, cause the pitch correction plugin always comes at the beginning of the vocal chain. Let's have a listen to them. This is the first one.
It's in your mind, it's in your head, so hold it, so hold it. It's in your eyes, can you feel it? Let's hold it, let's hold it.
And the second one.
I'm so lost in another world that I can't breathe. I'm speechless but holding on, 'cause I can't see the way.
So let's begin with the automatic process. This one is quite simple actually. All you need to do is to introduce the key of the song and then adjust the retune speed. This one is the main parameter that you will be looking at. The faster the retune speed, the more of the effect it will apply. So I will let you listen and I will increase the retune speed gradually and you will hear the effect.
It's in your mind, it's in your head, so hold it, so hold it. It's in your eyes, can you feel it? Let's hold it, let's hold it.
So as you can see here, the software will detect the notes and then it will try and drag them to the correct position that they should be in into the key of the song. That's what basically the pitch correction does. It will try to make the voice sound perfect. While doing that, it will create something which is called artifacts. That's what the autotune effect sounds like. That's that robotic sound. That's basically artifacts left after trying to correct the pitch aggressively if you want. That's what basically the automatic pitch correction plugins are used for mainly. Not to correct the voice per se, but to create that effect, that T-Pain effect if you want. The main problem with them though is because they are automatic, you have no control over what's happening. So in that regard, you need to sing as good as you can. I mean, it doesn't have to sound nice, you just need to be as close to the notes in the key as possible. If you want more control over what's happening with the voice and everything, that's where we use a manual pitch correction plugin, which takes us to the second part. So I'm going to use the same vocal and I'm going to apply Wavestune over it. Right now the plugin is empty. We will have to play the voice just so the plugin can detect what's going on there.
It's in your mind, it's in your head, so hold it, so hold it. It's in your eyes, can you feel it? Let's hold it, let's hold it.
So as you can see, the plugin detected where the singer is at every single moment. Obviously, some plugins are better with detection, some plugins are worse. it's not the purpose of this video. In case of Wavestune specifically, we need to make some adjustments before we start to apply the pitch correction. So we'll select all of them. This is a D natural minor, and as you can see, it already moved some notes to be on the correct paths. On the piano roll, it banned the notes that are not in the scale. So
It's in your mind, it's in your head. So hold it, so hold it. It's in your eyes, can you feel it? Let's hold it, let's hold it.
it already made a slight difference, but watch what happens when the retune speed is at maximum.
It's in your mind, it's in your head. So hold it, so hold it. It's in your eyes, can you feel it? Let's hold it, let's hold it.
We got the same effect again, but now I can take the notes. For example, I can take this one, so I can make that portion specifically sound smoother, maybe.
So hold it, it's in your eyes.
See, you can hear the difference. Maybe in this case it's not the best decision, but you can do that. You have more control over the notes, over everything. Obviously it takes longer, it's more complicated than the automatic one, but the results are better overall. The manual pitch correction is usually used when you just want to correct tiny bits of the singer's voice. It's not used to get that effect. Actually, the majority of the songs that you hear on radio, TV, the artists have their voice corrected. So what I've done here with this voice, with the second one, I've only corrected it slightly. I took the retune speed to the maximum and the note transition as well, and then I made some adjustments. After that, I turned down the ratio to a point where I felt that I don't hear those artifacts, but the voice sounds better. So I will let you hear what the result is.
I'm so lost in another world that I can't breathe. I'm speechless but holding on, 'cause I can't see the way.
So see, slight difference, but it sounds better. If you look at this window here, you can see the orange path, which is the path that the artist's voice took initially, and the green path is the same one but after the correction. Here it went on the wrong note a few times. What I've done, I just took it down slightly to the correct one. Now watch what happens when I turn up the ratio at the maximum.
I'm so lost in another world that I can't breathe. I'm speechless but holding on, 'cause I can't see the way.
You can hear the effect, but for me there's something off there, something doesn't sound good. And that takes us to the third part. So in a lot of cases when the producers want to obtain that T-Pain effect, they will use a manual pitch correction plugin at the beginning to make sure that everything is in the correct place, and then apply an automatic pitch correction plugin. At the beginning I was skeptical about this technique, but when I've done it on my own, I could see that the results are actually interesting. And this is what I've done on this project as well. So I've used Wavestune to just correct the voice slightly, and then apply Autotune EFX Plus with the retune speed at the maximum. And now let's hear the result.
I'm so lost in another world that I can't breathe. I'm speechless but holding on, 'cause I can't see the way.
Interesting, right? Still not perfect, but the result is so much better than the previous one. This is what happens when you combine two good algorithms to do the same job. The manual one will make sure that the voice is on the correct notes all the time, while the automatic will only have to apply the effect. Well, it will keep applying correction, but it will exaggerate and it will create those artifacts, the effect. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it useful. If you liked it, a share and a subscribe would be very helpful, and also don't forget to leave your feedback down below in the comments. Thank you very much, and until the next time, take care of yourself. Bye bye.